Welcome to Just Checking Fireside Chats with Anna Winheld. Today's topic, change yourself. It's just information. I'm embarking on this journey of creating resources for my clients and willing participants with a view to maintaining, sustaining, and embracing lasting desired transformational results. I was asked the question recently, is heart disease reversible? And if so, how? What if something here is useful for you? That be okay? Just checking. The word reversible caught me out. The words heart disease caught me out. If your plumbing was eroded in your house, could the erosion be reversed? I would think the source of the erosion could be changed so cleaner liquid was running into the pipes. Could the pipes be cleaned and unclogged to the extent possible that they could be or even partially replaced? So is the same true for our heart and other bodily organs for that matter? Maybe this is overly simplified, but my point has been made. If we don't try, we won't know. There's a ton of useful and non-useful medical and other research and resources to suggest that there are some intervening processes that can make a difference. I do not pretend to be a medical doctor or practitioner, so I'm not advising anyone of anything here and suggest you follow your medical practitioner's expertise. I can, however, speak on things that could complement what you are doing and get you closer to your intended goal, whether it's to get up off the floor after playing with the babies in your life, lower your blood sugar levels, wake up energized, or even transition from an ultra-processed diet to one of more whole food choices. And I can direct you to resources that will trigger your resourcefulness to get a different result. After all, whatever you are experiencing is a direct result of what you are and continue to do. So you can always choose to continue, make it worse, or to incrementally improve your condition, irrespective of their cause. And yes, that includes genetics. If I wasn't clear, yes, you have to do something, some action to get a different result. We don't know what can, or for that matter, should be reversed. Everything is part of the unique makeup of individuals. Don't get me wrong, we don't wish bad things on people or ourselves, but we can challenge ourselves to go forward with information and choose paths that support us more or less. If every thought, word, or action could change the molecules, the cells in our body, even before being thought, said, or done, would this influence your next moment? I have the presentation of celiacs. I'm glad I got a gold star diagnosis. Let me be clear, it was a diagnosis, not a prognosis. Before the diagnosis, I had experienced physically painful days, disorientation, and extreme fatigue. I experienced vertigo, car sickness during every movement, and my muscles were weak. I was robbed of nutrients and was regularly throwing up. The doctors didn't listen for over 2 years. Even the doctor who saw me in the most acute stages waited and waited before suggesting I get tested. If I'm being honest here, I also wasn't listening. It can be confusing, multi-layered, disempowering, and crazy-making. Thankfully, educating myself is important to me, and when I did get useful information, the first thing I did was say no to pizza and to people. Finally, I didn't have to explain why, after eating a big pasta or bread meal, I was exhausted or grumpy or fatigued. I could just say no and not feel the social impact of being different. I was different, and I was willing to look after myself without excuses. I learned about boundaries because I connected the dots as to how this manifests for me. Yes, I still have celiac, but I no longer have the markers for it. It took over 3 years to get a clean test where the villi were functioning normally. Does it mean I reversed celiacs? No. It means I cleaned up my system so it could function more optimally. I decreased inflammation, increased my nutrients, which, if you know anything about celiacs, are lacking because of the reduction of digestive enzymes. Was it challenging socially, emotionally, and physically? Yes. Am I as vigilant as I was in the first 3 years? Pretty much, because I know the impact. Like everyone, I stretch my limits. Did my lifestyle changes impact other health and well-being areas in my life? Yes. And do I need to recover and stay vigilant for the style of life I want? Yes. The only times I am excluded is when I can't bring my own food, so some sailing adventures haven't happened as a result of my personal needs. Everything else is fine. So is heart disease reversible? If so, how? I suppose if you are looking for an external fix, a pill, a mechanic that is good enough and affordable, you keep asking the same question. Is there some new medical discovery, some plant? In my experience, most people diagnosed with a disease that alters their ideal of life fall into a few categories. Most obvious, the I'll never be able to do that again, poor me, and the okay, what can I do about this? I want to acknowledge that there is a sadness or grief we can experience when life-changing health situations occur. Another topic. But right now, be kind to yourself. I will say there's all kinds of fantasy we think too. Things we'd like to do, but never will now be able to because of a condition. Many of these things are fantasies because you weren't living a lifestyle that was going in that direction anyway. Some lose function of the present enjoyments, careers, and lifestyles. This group of people have a greater vested interest in getting back on track, and some realize at this point it's not just about getting back on track. It's about improving things for the future. Fear of dying a horrible, limiting death does come into this. Is it enough to scare people to make realistic changes to what they have already been doing? I hope so. Whatever momentum it takes to ask different questions, in my opinion, is what your body has been screaming at you to do for years. Yes, you matter to yourself, others, and the world. Can I have heart disease and enjoy my family, my friends, activities that are important to me? Gain strength, energy, and wisdom on the way? Yes, I believe you can. Can you change the markers of your medical tests? I also believe you can. What do you believe? More important, if you changed markers on your medical test based on something you did or do, you engaged with, how likely are you to continue? And how likely is this one change likely to impact other areas of your life, including medically and socially? That be like. And what if the life you discover post starting to quote unquote reverse a disease is more authentic than anything you could have dreamed of? Would that be okay? Just checking. Do I believe celiacs was a manifestation of me suppressing my connection to myself? Yes, I do. It makes sense to me. When I recall many situations that I had put myself into that were compromising, downright dangerous, and how simultaneously I was so fortunate that I had and still have everything I needed to have a magnificently joyful life, both happened simultaneously. And mostly this was what I was experiencing, trying to survive and belong versus being completely capable of experiencing a magnificent, joyful, privileged life. So, I believe the manifestation or presentation of celiacs for me guided me toward a more authentic life that I'm still learning how to realize fully, how to navigate. Changing my diet changed my behavior. What a surprise that was. I could think through situations without all the anger, which also was an inflammatory response and so much discomfort in the body. This was the most profound change for me after years of trying to control my emotions through food and natural herbs, to go even deeper in ways that were sustainable. To be here delivering my message. Will it be the same result for everyone? I don't know. but my thoughts are that I function from a better place, and that has a long-reaching ripple effect. Love and connection play a big role in my life now, and as an adult, I can choose my responses and hang out in places that feel aligned for me. Practice, dear ones, practice. I could offer methodology here, how to get from A to B, my skills and training to help get you there, and give a list of resources to add to your already extensive knowledge. I look forward to doing all this. When you want to check in, you can find me. Until next time, this is Just Checking Fireside Chats with Anna Winheld. Take what's of value and leave the rest behind.